In America, one people, one voice, one purpose, one choice. We're talking about change, real change. This is no way collected in any party, Republican or Democrat. This is just me. I am the CEO, founder of One People, One Voice, One Purpose, One Choice. That is for all people. Not certain people, not any people of color, not any people of a certain gender. People. Now, don't get it wrong. Certain things I'd voice my opinions about, but guess what? We're all people. Here's the major problem. And I'm not going to make this long because I want this to go on YouTube so people could hear and get their minds straight. Any man who's running for the highest position of this country, called the president of this country, doesn't deserve to be president. When he calls a certain sector of America lazy, unfit welfare recipients. And in private, secluded little clubs where he's raising money and trying to become a candidate, which he's unfit to be president, and you isolate certain classes of America, you don't deserve to be president. Why? Because you are a man who's supposed to represent all people. And when you isolate certain classes of people, you're no longer worthy of be calling president. Main problem about economics and political corrupted jargon, they try to make it so complex that the average American out here don't understand. Here's plain and fact. You want your children to be educated. You want to have a lifestyle where you could meet your responsibilities. You want to retire someday. You want to go to the food market and buy food. You want to go and purchase a car. You want to go and purchase a home. These are all the things we call the American dream, and which is not accessible to everybody, only for a certain few. It's always been that way from day one, from the time of the aristocratic, rich, eccentric morons down to the colonists. This was only for certain classes of people. If you want to create a society of true equality, of true racial harmony, first and foremost, you can't create separatism. Separatism, even within itself, is a failure. So when America, since day one, with their social interaction with the American Indian, was the first problem that we built and knew was going to be connotations later on, a feedback, a aftermath later on down the road. Because if you already come to a country that is empty, I mean, come on, this is just common sense, man. Come to a country that's innocent, pure, and you come here and already create a atmosphere of racial dissension. How in the hell are you going to expect any good to come out of this? And I'm not saying it doesn't have to be American Indian. Even if a black man came over here and there's white folks here and you came into this country already creating drama, what kind of harmony is going to come out of that? That's the first, foremost, and biggest mistake. And then you go down through history killing these people, savagely cut open women with babies and cutting babies' heads off. I mean, trampling people. I mean, just genocide a race of people. And I always say this, why? Is because this is the reason why we fail as a country today. This is the reason. And anytime you create any country on bigoted racial hatred, there's no good going to come out of it. You're going to fail. Roman Empire proved that with their hatred of Jewish people. They failed. If we want in any essence, in any intellectual mindset to have a successful country, you got to get rid of hatred. You got to get rid of bigoted hatred. You got to mend those fences. And if you don't mend those fences, it's no way on God's earth or things are going to change. I don't care who you put up there running for president. I don't care if you put E.T. or Mickey Mouse up there running for president. If you don't change the internal parts that run this country, it's going to remain the same. Dude, come on. America. You go out to the food market. I know I do. And try to buy food. It's me and my girlfriend. We spend over $100 a week. Not for over an abundance of stuff. Just like normal food. That's with two people. One on Social Security, disability, another one on Social Security and working. What about families with 5, 6, 8 kids? How are these people living? And you talking about an economy? Dude, the war the Republicans, Bush created, $600 billion plus. And we talk about a deficit? You're nowhere near going to pay what we owe, what we owe China. Dude, come on. Trillions of dollars. Trillions, and you're still making the debt even deeper. Why? Why are we first of all in debt to a communistic country that we supposedly have fought against communism? That's what I'm talking about. It's all hypocritical, corrupted garbage. The propaganda they taught us all our lives. And I noticed this as a 16-year-old kid back in the day when my mom and dad talked to me about this country, about our society. And my mom told me, don't ever buy into this black-white garbage. She says, just don't. Don't pollute yourself. And I didn't. I mean, later on in the 60s, because of all the race riots and all the civil rights movement, who couldn't be heartfelt with what was going on? People getting ravaged by dogs and people getting shot and all this other stuff. Yeah, it's going to affect you humanly. But after all that, you pull yourself back together and realize it's all drama made up by our government. We're going to change government. Did you not going to change government? Because guess what? Government is run by who? Run by the rich and wealthy. You ain't going to change that unless you got more money than they do. And guess what? No, because they have more money than God. And that's just a methodical statement. I don't believe that. So if we want to actually change society, actually change the country we live in, you got to get rid of the people on Capitol Hill and in the White House. That means get rid of these old crusty ass people, white, black alike, who are like roaches infested in the White House, and that's why things will never change. Because the reality is, it's corrupt and always will be corrupt. It was corrupt from the beginning. It wasn't meant to work like the welfare system. It wasn't meant to work. If it was meant to work, guess what? We'll be a well-rounded, function, harmony, loving society. We're not. We're a bunch of roaches running around. Everybody's trying to find their own. Romney, in all intents and purposes, and I don't care about Romney or Obama in actuality, but to pick one between the other, I damn sure pick Obama. I don't care whether he's white, black, grizzly, or gray. You just got the better of two evils. It's not that anybody is actually going to do anything for the working class and poor and the elderly and the disabled like myself. You think these people give a damn about you? Come on, man. Come on, man. Really? Really? Looking back at our mom and dad's time, way back. Have anything changed then? Do you see the same repetition of what they talked about? And we're talking about the same thing in 2012, going into 2013. They need to take a big-ass shovel and scrape up all that shit in the White House and on Capitol Hill, in Congress, in the Senate, in the House of Representatives, in the legislation, and send that garbage to the trash where it belongs. Exactly. Put some young people in there. And I'm talking about male and female alike. That's the only time things are going to change. Our children will change America. Because as I see it, we're too stupid, too empty-minded, too self-centered, too selfish, too blind, manipulated, deceived,